Today's video is sponsored by Policy Genius. So welcome back to Outdoors with the Morgans. It has been just absolutely beautiful. It's like, I know what the date is, March 5th, March 6th, something like that. Hit 70 degrees today and yesterday. Now tomorrow looks like a washout and it's going to get a little bit cooler, but I figured I'd come out here this evening and work on this road just a little bit. All I'm doing is kind of cutting down this bank and starting to establish a ditch line down this high side here. Down at this bottom of this hill behind me, we'll have a culvert pipe cross underneath of it. But I'm using the WerkBrau Tilt Bucket. It's a 4-footer. Works great for this kind of stuff. And then I brought the skid loader out. Whenever I get a decent pile of dirt, I'll just push it all ahead with the skid loader and then get back on the excavator. I don't know if you can see. We'll look on this next set here. So all I do, tilt the bucket that way, start cleaning off the bank, dressing it up a little bit. It's not going to be a golf course. There's roots everywhere, but definitely looks better. So once you clean the bank off, pull some of this dirt down. I don't have to get it all because I can get it with the skid loader. And we make a few passes like this. Then I'll tilt the bucket just a little bit and kind of start a ditch. The ditch isn't going to be real deep at all because the road's going to be built up with stone. You know what I mean? So I don't want to go like a foot deep on the ditch and then end up being 16 inches deep after the stone. So I just kind of get her close here and then we'll run the track of the skid loader right down the ditch line and it'll be good to go. But I am so far ahead of the game this year. It's never happened, and it's all because of the weather. We will cut some more firewood and stuff, but I'm pretty much caught up on that. This road, I never even thought I would have it roughed in until, the end of May, and here we are in March. Yeah, things are going good. It's weird, you watch the weather forecast and oh boy, you get all excited and plan everything out. Sometimes you overschedule a little bit, but I really like this bucket. It's enjoyable to run because you can kind of zone out a little bit, but yet pay attention to what you're doing as well. Turn around and look, make sure you don't back into the skid loader. It's still back here a ways. A few sticks here, get them out of the way maybe. I have a 4-foot grading bucket, you know, from Kubota. I should probably honestly sell it because I don't think, it's a great bucket, but I don't think I'll ever use it again since I have this one. And it's like brand new, probably has about 5 hours of use on it. So if anybody has a 57-4 or a 57-5 and you're looking for a 4-foot grading bucket, shoot me an email. Maybe we could do something. It's one of those things that'll sit down there and one day it'll be buried in the weeds and forgotten about. People have been asking about Hunter. He's been doing really well after that seizure there a couple weeks ago. I mentioned before, it's almost like a it's weird, it's almost like a reset for him. Meaning the last couple months he's been real fidgety and real overly obsessed with things like the laundry, stuff like that. He's always like that, but I mean overly obsessed with things, more irritable than normal. And then he had that seizure and it's kind of a reset, you know. He's been much more calmer, happier, and laid back. We'll make a couple more pulls and then we will hop on the skid loader.
Earlier, I mentioned that today's video was sponsored by Policy Genius, and I want to thank them for sponsoring today's video. As far as life insurance goes, to decide whether you need it or not is a very easy thing to determine. If you have anyone at all relying on your income, you need life insurance. For me, life insurance has always been part of my financial planning, and I learned early on, the sooner you get it, the less you're going to pay, because it typically gets more expensive the older you get. Make life insurance part of your financial planning this year, and you can start shopping with Policy Genius and find the right plan that protects your family. Luckily, Policy Genius helps you compare your options from top companies, and their team of licensed experts is on hand to help talk you through it. Now, the decision for me to get life insurance was an easy one. Like I said, I have people relying on my income, and it's one less thing I have to worry about. Policy Genius has award-winning agents. They have the technology that make it super easy to compare life insurance quotes from America's top insurers with just a couple clicks to find your lowest price. Even if you already have life insurance through your employer, it may not offer enough protection for your family, and it may not follow you if you leave your job. With Policy Genius, you can find life insurance policies that start at just $292 per year for $1 million of coverage. Some options offer same-day approval and avoid unnecessary medical exams. They're licensed and award-winning agents. They work for you, not the insurance company. There's no incentive for them to pick one insurer over the other, so you can trust their guidance. With all that being said, it's no wonder that Policy Genius has thousands of 5-star reviews on Google and Trustpilot. Save time and money and provide your family with a financial safety net using Policy Genius. Head to policygenius.com/outdoors with the Morgans or click the link in the description to get your free life insurance quotes and see how much you could save. Alright, back on the excavator here, cleaning off this bank a little bit. Like I said earlier, the road will end up having probably about 6 inches of stone on it when I'm done. I probably won't use geotextile on this one. Only reason is I'm in pretty good material. The only place I'll probably use it is back behind the excavator. It's not as firm as it is in this area here, but all through here I'm sitting pretty much on shale from there the whole way back to the house. So what I'll do when I stone this, I'll probably put a thin layer like a number 3 rock on there, and I will rent a roller for sure, a nice vibratory smooth drum roller. Pound that stone down in a little bit, and then we will put 2A limestone, like crusher run, on top of it and roll it. But that won't be until probably, I don't know, end of May. We'll just have to see how things go. But by then, we'll definitely have everything, cleaned up and ready to go the whole way back to the clearing. Now I'm going to get back on the skid loader here and just start kind of pushing this dirt down to my stockpile at the bottom. One day I had my camera mounted like I do right here on the skid loader, and I was done, and the camera was nowhere to be found, and it somehow fell off the roof and survived. I don't know how, but I found it laying right in the middle of the road. No damage. I thought for sure you'd run it over or smash it with a bucket or something, but didn't have any trouble. The road, the total length's probably around 1,000 feet, maybe 1,100 feet, something like that. But right down here where I'm at, this will be the only spot I'll probably use some geotextile when we stone this road. Other than that, I don't think I'll need to. Plus, what happens when you use that, you need a good, 6-8 inches of stone to cover it. So that's another reason. I don't think I need that much, so I don't want to spend the extra money. But yeah, come along pretty good. Way ahead of the game compared to where I thought I would be this time of year, that's for sure. All right, I am definitely not going to get it all done before it gets dark. I got about 250 feet, I'm guessing. I think what I'll do, I'll bring the excavator back down, take just a couple more pulls down to here, and then I will take it back to the yard. I don't want to leave anything out here tonight because it is going to rain all day tomorrow. And after I come back out, I'll just kind of clean up with the skid loader, and that'll be good till it dries up again. But the road's going to be plenty wide, I think. It's almost 2 buckets wide, and the skid loader has a 84-inch bucket on it. So it ought to end up about 12 feet wide at least of driving surface, maybe a little wider.
So I just turned the machine off, and I could hear thunder, and I checked the radar, and it is gonna pour down rain here in about 15 minutes, I think. That's my guess. So I'm gonna clean up this little bit of dirt down here and head back to the yard.